Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, and No Facts, All Feelings wrestling podcast on the Social Suplex Network. I'm Allie.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Leah.
What's the word, girls?
Welcome back. Hi, girls. I missed you.
Yeah, it was a weird week last week. It was so quiet.
It's been a crazy weird couple of weeks.
Why, Allie? You got anything going on?
No, nothing I'm getting into here, but...
We've got a Patreon for a reason.
Yeah, we got a Patreon for a reason, if you know what I mean. Allie's having a rough summer. Allie's having a really rough summer.
Hot anxiety summer.
Hot anxiety summer. But she's here anyway. She's here anyway, you know?
Yeah.
And I was given the option, Leah so sweetly, probably totally on my behalf, not at all for herself.
Not for her at all.
Said, Allie, do you feel okay to come back this week? And I said, what am I going to do? Not make jokes about gay sex in Arena, Mexico with my girls when I'm struggling?
I'm sure we're going to get into it, but my vibe with AEW in the past, 6 months is that my girl sneezed, and I go, oh my God, should we cancel? Should we cancel? I think
You're so ill. Yeah. Should we just take the week off just to be safe? Yeah.
We've all got the black lung pop. It's not good news. It's not good news for TK. And this week, really, it was rough. The moment
it was really hard for me.
It was hard for her when I said, no, we've got a podcast. It was hard for me when I'm saying, okay, we're back to watching Dynamite. I'm with my girls. I've got my local girls on the couch. They're watching. It's a party. Mm-hmm. And then about 20 minutes in, I'm like, Grand Slam Arena, Mexico. They run it kind of like a pay-per-view. I'm remembering now. They run it kind of like a pay-per-view. Nobody gives any... That can't be right. Nobody
I feel like you said this
nobody gives any promos.
Later in the episode, because it had not occurred to me for a second, and then I felt so embarrassed when it was 8:45, and I was oh, you're right. There will not be promos in the Spanish language arena.
It was right before then I got goofed on because Andrade was like, I'll give a promo. I said, not an interesting one. MJF showed up and said, I'll give a promo. Not an interesting one. Those were the only promos of the night, I think. So it was right before then. I did get goofed on by the two of them, but I was pretty much right.
Yeah, you were. You were.
Right.
And it did, I also didn't think about it until you said it, but it did explain why I was doing dishes. I finished my laundry.
We were convinced that Leah had fallen asleep in her bed.
We really and I don't feel like we had a recriminatory vibe
no,
about
you
it
didn't.
at all.
You guys were very kind about it.
Yeah, it was like, she probably needs that rest. I mean,
God, I wish that was me.
Yeah.
I sewed 2 whole curtains while we were watching. So
wow.
And they're for my basement windows. You might say the little, and you might say do you really? Oh, you really need those? Yeah, so you can walk around in your underwear in your basement. When you realize, oh, I left my laundry in the basement.
That's true, and the laundry's down there. So
the laundry's down there.
What are you gonna wear?
Just your underwear. You have to be able to freely walk around in your underwear. Yeah. My parents were visiting last week, and my mom was like, wow, you really have curtains. You've really gotten all your curtains up. I'm like, yeah, so you can walk around naked. That's the only thing that matters.
It's first things first, Mom.
I'm not a crazy stickler. Like, I think, it's my house. Someone might catch a glimpse of something through a window now and then, but mostly I think it's good to have curtains.
I had a roommate in college who was from Alaska, which I think is relevant. And I might have told this story before, but like,
I don't think so.
We lived in like college apartments where there were other apartments like facing ours, right? Because it's like in college. So like at night, I would close the curtains because otherwise you're just on a lighted stage for the people across the way from you. She would come home. It's nighttime. It's pitch black outside. She would open the curtains like as though like, why are these closed, and open them. And finally, like after a few weeks of this, I was like, well, everyone outside can like see right in here. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, babe. Like I don't know what's going on in Alaska, and you're probably miles from.
Yeah,
her dad was like a big game hunter. Like he sent her a bunch of moose meat that was like in our freezer, and I had to throw it out at the end of the semester, and it smells very strong when you cook it.
She didn't get around to cooking the moose meat.
Not all of it. Some of it she did.
I will say that I am sort of a criminal about that because I'm obsessed with having open windows and cross breezes. Yeah. And so my living room is in the front of my house, and I constantly in the summer and the fall, anytime the windows are open, I have those wide open with the curtains not blocking it. And I'm just like, you know what? I hope they enjoy my pajamas.
I think it's important to have a balance. Like, I don't believe in being a crazy stickler. Like, I won't move anywhere in my house unless I know I'm protected. A spider is coming down from my monitor. The spiders think they own this house. The number of spiders in this house, in my condition. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Patreon for more. It's all I'll say.
I just saw a Reddit post where somebody took a picture and was like, look at this spider web. It's beautiful, but I've got to destroy it. And all of the comments history was like, why would you do that? The spider worked so hard on it. Leave that spider alone. Why would you do that?
The spider will make another in 5 seconds. The
literally
spider is
overnight,
already making another. I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, just that, but that I think you have to have a relaxed but cautious attitude, you know.
And when the windows are open, I will say this roommate, the windows were not open. It was like in a Chicago winter. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
That's absolutely crazy.
That's crazy.
That's uncivilized behavior. But having the windows open, that's
having the windows open.
I just accept it. I
moving
just accept
freely
it.
in your home.
I hope everybody enjoys me.
Exactly.
The thing that was, the room I'm in right now is like a sunroom, and so there are 7 windows on every side. Wow. Yeah, it's wonderful. There were no curtains and no blinds, and a lot of the windows did have blinds, which is great. I just don't like blinds as much as curtains. So, and this is really riveting. I think everybody is loving the pod already.
We need this.
What this feels like to you is what Arena Mexico felt like to us. So think about that.
We just send this clip to Tony Khan. Like, enjoy your Arena Mexico, sir. Anthony Khan. Yeah, we prefer curtains to blinds. I hope you enjoy hearing that.
Anyway, so in this room, there was just nothing. And it was like you would basically have to close the door the second that the sun started going down, or else you can just see into the rest of the house. Like, it's like a fishbowl, you know? It's like it's everything is anyway. So I don't know why we're talking about this, because I hand sewed those curtains while we were watching Arena Mexico.
So Arena Mexico being boring was very on topic. So I think the wrestling was probably good.
Actually, I did like a number of the matches. But even the matches that I really liked, most of them, I was like, what is this? What? And we only missed 1 week. We were only gone 1 week.
I don't know what was happening, like whether it was like me, it was probably me, but it was like every match, because I didn't know what the card was. And because I guess they wanted to get everyone on the card, there were a lot of multi-man matches. But so I'd be like, oh, Chris Jericho's fighting. Oh, he's fighting Darby. Great. Wait, Mystico's out here too. Oh, and then, the Demand. Oh, are they on teams? Who's on a team? And then it would take me like 10 minutes to figure out who the teams were. It was pretty embarrassing.
The Jericho one cracked me up because I think we'd been there for like 15 minutes, and suddenly I was like, oh, these are still entrances. They're still coming out. They haven't started. We haven't found all the men yet. We're still looking for men. We're hunting them down.
Grabbing men backstage, sending them out.
It also doesn't help that, well, actually, we have it as a topic, so we'll get to it later. And it's your week to be happy, so curtains or blinds, baby.
People are going to be riveted by this one. I don't know. I really struggled this week for I think Leah's right that we shouldn't be doing this, but, here we are.
Wow. Wow. It only took 3 years, but this is finally, I have a friend.
This is a gift to Allie because I have been watching Hannibal before I go to sleep at night. Which is a show straight from the id, I think. Yeah. Although not my specific id, so then sometimes it hits you where it's like hilarious. Like, I don't know. Sometimes
it's the funniest.
Oh my God.
It's somehow, it's so, I think it's so smart and is so well written, and then also sometimes is like, and this is the funniest thing, and I think you know that, but I'm not totally sure.
No, I know. Well, it's like there's a moment in the first season where I literally like laughed out loud in my home because it's like Abigail Hobbs is like a teen girl who's had like, I won't even spoil it because it's really upsetting, but it's like an extreme, like the most traumatic thing. Like both parents murdered like in front of her, etc.
Not good.
And so one psychiatrist says to another psychiatrist, like, oh, how's she doing? And the other one says, I think she might be struggling with a mild depression. It's like, yeah, you think?
It's the greatest. It's the greatest show ever made. It's the greatest show ever made.
It's insane. And like sometimes I'm watching it and it's like I'm straight up watching fetish content. I think it's like not my fetish, but it's someone's fetish. Where it's just like Will Graham. He's so delicate and like sweaty and like tortured, and he's wearing these like threadbare blue boxers, and everyone's just like, wow, he's so tortured, but so brilliant, but so tortured. And look at him, he just can't do anything.
Then you go into his point of view, and he's going, "This is my design." Which
my design is so.
This is my design is the most useful phrase that any TV show has ever introduced into my lexicon. I say it all the time.
It's literally so funny, and it's like so common in serial killer media where it's like being a profiler is basically the same as being a psychic. They look at a murder scene and they're like, he's the middle child he has two sisters, an older one and a younger one, and he has a complicated relationship with the younger one. And you're like, okay. I bet.
And he's I'll be very interested to hear how far are you?
I'm into the second season, which I watched the first season, I think, before, but now I'm in uncharted territory. So
I'll be very interested to hear what you think. I also do think that first season, it is so, just the structure is so crazy where at a certain, like, my experience of watching it was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't understand the show at all. And then at a certain point, you're like, okay, that's why that was happening to me. Yeah. Which is
wild.
It's a fun viewing experience.
I know. It's so funny because it's so like aesthetic and like, very carefully crafted, but it's also like the craziest show. Like you just have to accept that you're in an alternate reality where everyone who graduates with an MFA in the visual arts like decides whether they're going to work in like oil paints or bodies, It's just like, well,
I love just accepting it. I love just being like, yes, this is a world where in one night a man can create a murder, like a murder art display that I think would realistically take you upwards of a month to construct.
Yeah. And there's like there's like 3,000 active serial killers in America with like real strong aesthetic taste, like they really have a vision.
And they're all like, they all want to know each other too.
Yeah. Right? They're in a society together.
It's the greatest show of all time. Oh, I love that for
funny.
You. Wow. Wonderful. What a wonderful program. Okay, that's a really good one, Anne. Thank you for that.
Thank you
so much. From the serial killers to the other body constructions, the wrestling body construction. Okay, didn't make it work, but that's okay. Everyone ready to talk about the wrestling?
It's important to take risks. It's important to try things, and I celebrate you for that.
Thank you, and I celebrate you for celebrating me.
Wow, and I celebrate you for celebrating her for celebrating you. That's
3
so nice.
Powerful legs keeping this stool standing upright. For all of you, for what it's worth.
I was listening to Amy Poehler had Anne Lamott on her podcast, and it was really good.
Bird
that
by
should have been my make. Yeah. They're friends, I guess, because Amy Poehler just like loved her books, and so she got in touch with her and was like, "Will you be my friend?" And Anne Lamott was like, "Sure, I guess." So anyway, so that was cute. But in the middle of the interview, which is a great interview, like strongly recommend, Anne Lamott says, like almost mid sentence, she said, "Do you think this is going okay?" It's like relatable queen.
Wow, I love her.
That's so funny because I think we got it from Danny Garcia and Yuta. I hope that's where she got it as well.
I'm sure it is.
Probably, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I hope she watched the same shoot interview.
I'm sure she's a huge Death Riders girl. It just feels
I hope she emails us after this. She's like, girls, I listen.
Yeah, of course I'm a Tunnel Talk head. She's one of the bells, probably.
Yeah, she's definitely a bell. You know,
Hell
you
yeah.
and I don't. And you and I
No,
don't
we
have
don't
any special
rate.
fans.
No.
And we know that. And we accept it.
Yeah.
And we celebrate Leah.
Yeah.
And the bells, we take time to celebrate you guys as well.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
On a regular basis? Or
We dedicate, like, of our weekly meetings, we dedicate like 15 minutes or so to celebrate, my co-hosts.
15 seems very generous. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Leah. All right, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
It turned somehow a lot. It really, I felt doing the schedule, I felt like I was writing about stuff that had happened at a wrestling promotion on Mars that I've never seen before. Like, it's like populated.
A lot happened last week when we didn't watch, and like nothing happened plot-wise this week, so it was like a weird position to be in, I think.
Difficult.
Yeah.
We'll see what we manage. Okay. Our beloved Chai Moth Boy did make us a summary video of the plot-relevant stuff from Redemption. Thank God.
Which, by the way, Chai Moth Boy, that also helped Sarah of Trish and Sarah. So you were assisting podcasters everywhere.
The Social Suplex Network is resting on your back? Question mark. Okay, so the Bucks and Ospreay had their match at Redemption, and my understanding from watching the relevant portions is that the plot of the match was kind of that Nick got kayfabe rocked by an overly aggressive head ram with Will Ospreay, and he was on the side, on the ground. Why can't I remember any word we've ever used? He's there at the wrestling match by the ring, and he's struggling, and Matt is worried and has to get out and be like, "Are you okay?" And he's not okay, and Ospreay is kind of a little bit of a Boy Scout about it because he does attack Matt and be like, "Get back in the ring," but then he's like, "The ref should check on Nick." So he's being attentive to the medical situation at hand, which Jon Moxley hates. Is kind of just like murder him. And so then the rest of the match, Nick is intermittently struggling. Mox is fully targeting his head. He's just like, got his shit rocked. I'll rock it more.
Yeah, it's our chance.
And Ospreay was, quote from AEW.com, agonizing over the entire ordeal. Which I did think he was selling like stressed out dog.
Yeah.
Mox tried to chair Nick in the head eventually, and Ospreay confiscated the chair, and that somehow, Rube Goldberg led the Bucks to pin Mox for the win. They won the match.
Incredible.
That was the most shocking thing about Redemption to me. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean they won?
The Bucks won against Mox and Ospreay?
That's not
That
right.
doesn't make
That can't
sense.
be right. Our little pin pigs?
Someone mistyped that.
No, they won for real. Mox very unhappy. Afterwards, Renee is interviewing Ospreay about it and just being like, "What was going through your head? What's the situation?" He's like, "Well, I guess I don't think it's that serious, kind of, like, I don't think that men should die in the ring. I don't think that if a man has been hit on the head, I don't think we should hit him more in the head. I think we should get him medical help," which I was like, that is so right. That is frankly so right.
Our responsible king.
And Mox interrupted, looking huge,
Oh my God, why did he look so big next to Will Ospreay? I was like, has he always been 3 inches taller than Will Ospreay?
That man has 2 modes, and it's like Goliath and size of a little mouse you keep in your pocket. And it's not even really, like, he can look like both next to the same man. I think he can shrink and make his body big.
That sounds plausible.
Yeah, I believe it.
He's a witch.
Yeah.
He's a witch.
I think that's clear. Yeah.
So Mox like interrupts and is kind of like, that's not right.
Didn't he say like, oh, he has a history of head injury? Welcome to pro wrestling, which is kind of how I feel about Kenny's tummy and Nick Will's neck tummy sometimes. So
yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think that he had the right attitude medically, Mox. I would say I think it felt like he was cosplaying, you know, like an old guy, you know, like I was like, that's Hulk Hogan is speaking through you or something. I don't really know.
Mox is like, you kids playing switches in the locker room.
Yeah,
you don't know what brain is.
Switchblades in there.
But Ospreay was like, this was an interesting conversation, and kind of this whole storyline that doesn't really work is interesting to me in that I don't know at any given point who exactly they think I should be agreeing with and who the audience of wrestling is agreeing with, because I kind of thought that the audience of wrestling, who are, I do not always think are very moral, I could see them easily agreeing with Mox.
Yeah.
But I don't think you were supposed to. I think you were supposed to agree with our ethical King Ospreay for being like, don't murder a man in the ring.
I
well,
think
it's confusing
so, but
because didn't the face lesson that Ospreay learned last year is that it's okay to do murder Tiger Driver 91? So
that's true. Yeah.
I don't understand any of this. And I'll be brave and say, I don't think it's working.
No, but is it not? I think it's not working. I think it's their fault, but I think it may also be the fault of the sport that we watch. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it is a little bit, because wrestling itself doesn't tend to have like consistent ethical rules for what. Well, it's like when we were like with the concerto or whatever, we're like obvious heel behavior, and everyone was like, "No, you've got to." And it was like, okay, well, I don't think that's right. Yeah, so it's like partly the sport, but then it is also like, I feel like they've been doing this whole storyline and now they're suddenly trying to put like an alignment on it, but it doesn't quite match up with like what's gone before, like at all.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, this whole storyline has been like atypical enough that I was like, they have a plan. They clearly are doing something really interesting here. They have to be leading somewhere. Like the way that Mox is talking to Ospreay, they have a whole plan. But then what ended up happening is just really like classic, like heel wants babyface to do bad thing. But then it's because they set up all these months of morally gray conversation, it's very unclear on who we're supposed to be rooting for. And like Mox himself has been a tweener for long enough that you're just sort of like, well, what are we doing?
Well, and the Kenny of it all, which we're going to get.
We're going to get to the Kenny of it all.
Yeah.
That made it even worse, where I was like, now who is the good guy here?
It did feel a little bit like, well, we'll get there in a moment. I will say, though, I get the impression, lightly, from not having checked in that much, that people didn't like this, and they didn't like this match. But I thought what I saw of the match, I really enjoyed it, and I liked Nick Jackson being like, my head is hurt.
I loved it because he doesn't usually do the damsel role. Yeah. It's usually Matt. And I was like, look at you. I love this for you. He's like, oh, my head hurts. I hear so bad.
It really was a classic Matt role, but it felt like Nick said, should I branch out a little? Should I try it this time? I thought he did a wonderful job.
Wonderful job. I really liked
wonderful.
It.
Yeah,
but all his acting that I saw from Redemption was just high class, good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the rest of it, but yeah.
Yeah, great work. So moving into the Kenny of it all. So Kenny then main evented with a title defense versus Kevin the Jet, which he ultimately won with a one-winged angel, foreshadowing. But his happiness, as always, was short-lived, as various segments of the Death Riders, the head, the rattle, the middle of the snake, God knows, they come out and they begin to attack him. And the Bucks run to defend him, but they are, quote, quickly subdued when Mox got involved. I must have watched this. I just don't understand the tone. Like, it did make it sound like he had grown to the size of an ant and grabbed them both by their throats and thrown them into opposite walls of the arena.
I was picturing that as well, except by their little scruffs, like just by the back of the neck, and be like, enough with you.
They didn't have a chance when Big Mox got involved. And so then there's a lot of chair on head stuff on Kenny's head. They've placed the chair on Kenny.
Claudio was kind of putting it on, but Claudio is so funny because he has such a professional energy, and this time he really seemed like a very calm father, like wrestling his 2-year-old, like, you have to go to the doctor, I know you don't want to, or like a cat, or he's like, I'm just gonna kind of, hold your limbs down and like
it's
put
you
in,
in,
but
good.
I'm not upset. Yeah, for your own good was absolutely the vibe.
Yeah. And so they're doing this. Ospreay runs out, and he's like, "No, guys, no." And he's really upset. And Yuta grabs him in a big hug and is being like, "It's okay." I don't know what they're doing with Yuta and Danny and Ospreay. Like the sibling relationship they have is kind of bananas. They somehow are always being like, yeah, let's get one of the boys in there to kind of play the scene with him.
It's so funny because Trish and other people have been saying that like Mox has been little broing Ospreay, and I don't always agree. But I do think somehow Yuta and Danny are, in a way where they're like, hey, we actually can't sit at the big boys' table. We have to sit at the little boys' table. Come with us. And it's like,
yeah.
Why? Like, what's happening here?
If it were like Pac and Claudio doing it, it would be like, these are all adults. But anytime Yuta and Danny do it, it's just like, that's a baby. And so Yuta's giving a big hug. It's all gonna no, don't worry about it. But Ospreay is worried about it, and so he eventually grabs the chair and he runs them all out of the ring. And he's like, we're not going to chair Kenny. Mox screedles back into the ring and he produces a bag. And he's like, time to bag murder Kenny, just as once upon a time I bag murdered Bryan Danielson. And Ospreay, quote, Ospreay's face looked like he saw a ghost. Moxley wanted Ospreay to do the deed, and Ospreay's hands were shaking at the thought of it.
Again, this didn't make sense to me because Ospreay head was like, I can't chair Kenny. That would be too much. I might bag him. Bag him.
I know. Ospreay's face really was so funny because he didn't go like full NXT face. Like, I think it was in some ways really good, even though as a whole, like, it doesn't make sense story-wise. But I was like, that's pretty good acting. But it was so funny to me, though, because he looked like so like, Mom? They've got a bag. Can you come pick me up?
Except it's like Mom is Mox. So he's like, Mom, and Mox is like, bag.
Bag him, my God.
Okay, so eventually he decides I certainly cannot bag Kenny Omega, and he tears the bag in half and he hits Mox. And this leads to him eventually running all the Death Riders off. Everyone is cheering for him. They're very proud of his ethical behavior, which frankly is rare in wrestling. I find it very rare for the crowd to cheer for something ethical, to be honest. And so he ends up having this. He kind of pulls Kenny to his feet. Kenny, I think, proffers the handshake of manly respect, and Ospreay takes it, and then the hands get clinched up, and they're saying stuff like, just you and me now, like, we're on the road to redemption. No, we finished that one. We're on the road to All In. It's just us. Something. They go to opposite corners, and they're vamping for the crowd, and then Kenny just grab Will and one-winged angels him, and he takes him out. No. Kenneth, as I've been saying, I mean, I certainly have said every single week, like, seems like it could happen.
He did it so mean, too. Like, he did it aggressively.
It was crazy.
Really
like,
mean.
After Ospreay had just saved him and everything, it was just like, I mean, okay. Yeah.
And the other thing is, it's like, we're going to get to it, but, like, the explanation being like, well, you thought about it, and that pissed me off. It's like, yeah. But again, like,
you've thought about lots of stuff, Kenny.
Yeah, like, and that's never been the case in any other wrestling. Like, you're supposed to forgive people instantly. So then now it's like, well, everybody's adding too much into this story. There's somehow like a lot of morally gray and not enough morally gray. It's like we're mixing and matching in ways that, like, I just can't keep it straight.
No.
Yeah. Well, and it feels so just like imposed, where it's like, well, we need people to like cheer for Will at Wembley, which like is at risk when he's fighting Kenny. So we're gonna like have Kenny go heely, kind of, but like,
kind of.
I don't know. It feels very inorganic.
We're going to get to what Kenny says about it, and I don't know. The problem is the problem is not even in the stuff that happens. It's in the margins where people are explaining why it happened. I mean, maybe some of the problem is in the stuff that happens, but it's just like no one is doing normal explanation. If we just sat down for 5 minutes, I think we could figure this out. But
I know. Well, it's like every week they just do kind of like what feels good in the moment, and then they like make up an explanation afterwards that doesn't make any sense, and then like something totally disconnected will happen the following week, and it's just like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? I did like, though, at the end here where the Young Bucks ran out to be like, Kenny, what on earth? And Kenny is just like shoving a bag in Will's face and then being like, come on, let's do our pose. And they looked funny.
Nick Jackson did the pose, but reluctantly, like more reluctant than Mark Davis has ever been. It was so funny to me. He was just like, I mean, I guess I'll do my pose. I don't feel good about it.
It had a real energy of they're like, Kenny, we all know that we're all natural heels, but like some of us have been working like pretty hard to be faces this year, and it seems like you didn't really get the memo about it, and you're our boy, so we'll do the pose, but you admit that this isn't going that good, right?
Although it is relatable. I don't know if you've ever had a friend who like behaved real badly in an interaction, and then they want sympathy for you, and you're like,
yeah.
I mean, I love you as a person, but
it's the Caleb Heron phone call skit,
right? Exactly.
And it would be one thing if, totally, and if, definitely, no, she shouldn't have. Okay, so then on the following Dynamite, I think you said this was a really good way of doing this, and I agree. I thought this was cinematically interesting.
I liked it a lot.
We return to Redemption, and we're watching it's like a recap of what happened at the end of this Redemption, but we're watching the Death Riders watch it from their dressing room.
Yeah, which I love. They should be doing that kind of stuff as a recap all the time, because it's like you're seeing. It's a replay of the footage, but also like they're adding new stuff to it. And also, of course, I love seeing anyone in their dressing room do anything.
It's where we want to be. The dressing room, the cafeteria, those are the only places we have any interest in. The nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
Mox is pleading with Ospreay. He says, just take him out, Will. Just take him out before he gets you, and all is forgiven between us. He's not your friend, Will. Get him before he gets you, which Kenny, of course, immediately then does. He does get him. And so then Mox is cutting a promo being like, that's what I've been trying to teach you, Will. You know, it's like men will always hurt you, and you should never trust them.
Which again, like... So we're supposed to think Mox is in the wrong, I guess, except like he is in the right here. It's again like he's physically held Will's neck, and he was right that Kenny was going to turn on him.
Right,
so.
and it's especially right about Kenny to be like, listen, you can't trust an elite member. You think yes, they say beautiful things. They, they shake their beautiful asses at you, and then you believe them, and they lie to you. They love to lie.
And Mox is so like that. I think that's the thing that I keep coming up against is that I'm just like, I don't know. I think Mox is kind of right. I think he is kind of a good guy. I think he is kind of a good guy at this point. Like, whatever. Anyway, whatever. We'll keep getting into it. But so Mox says, what has Will Ospreay got now? Well, he's maybe the best wrestler in the world. And I was like, so a lot with nothing to lose. I was like, he's not. I don't know.
Right. He has nothing to, like, really?
Well, I guess because he has no friends anymore, that's right.
Guess.
I mean, I kind of understood it, but I was just like, emotionally, I was like, what the fuck is going on? You're mad at him, I think, but you're just like, oh, that beautiful bastard. He is gonna win at Wembley.
Like, he has nothing to lose kind of sounds like the Death Riders have rejected him, but it was the other way. Like, you got dumb, Mox, so.
Oh my God. And what's going on with the body language in the locker room?
Oh my God. This was insane. So like Mox and Claudio are both sitting on benches when Mox isn't like leaping up to get real agitated about Will Ospreay, which they're watching. And Pac is sitting on the ground in between them. And they're both just kind of petting him like a dog.
Sure.
It's crazy. What's going on with Pac lately? Like every time I see Pac, something weird is happening.
Yeah. And then it gets followed up on in this next segment. So we have this segment. Then we get this kind of, you're again right to say it, West Side Story tunnel rumble, where Will Ospreay is walking into the tunnel. He doesn't look happy at all, actually. He's looking like he's having a really bad day. Renee's following him, trying to talk to him. You can tell he does not want to talk to Renee. And next thing you know, who should be walking towards him through the tunnel but a perfect V of Death Riders?
And they're
snapping their fingers.
Pretty much.
And Danny Garcia initiates a little kind of confident, I don't really know what he was doing, just baby brother stuff. And Ospreay like lunges at him. And then
I forget what Danny tweeted too, or like, oh, he left an Instagram comment under the video and he was like, I was just saying hi. And he threw me? What the hell?
Very funny and inexplicable. And then Pac immediately does start growling he's growling like a dog and getting held back like a dog.
There's just straight up pet play in the Death Riders now.
Which is ethical.
They're giving him what he needs, I guess.
I just thought for some reason, over on the local couch when we were watching...
the local couch.
I know. I'm just trying to... while we were watching Arena Mexico, we couldn't stop doing the SNL Tucker Carlson bit and going like, and you expect me to be attracted to that? And that's me hearing about pet play. And you expect me to be attracted to that? Then I'm like, well...
He's also nothing. Let his hair go kind of fluffy. You know, like it's dry.
It's dry. And it's like mutton chops on the back of his head, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit.
So they have Ospreay says to Mox, you don't get to pull the trigger for me. I'm out. And he returns his special club patch that he earned. And then he and Mox are just doing like a lot of kissing pose, like really, really close and sensual kissing pose. Ospreay then is leaving, pursued by Renee. He runs immediately, and I love he's always running into people. He runs immediately into a returned Hangman. Hangman is in the best mood we've ever seen him in.
The vibes with Hangman are so funny because it's like this man is so rested, so happy. He had the best few months of his life being off work. He comes back to work and it's like, wow, you guys all seem really stressed and mad at each other, but not me.
I think it's kind of an argument for the idea that we've espoused before that a belt, especially the men's world championship belt, is the One Ring. Yeah. And if you're anywhere near it, it is poisoning you to the very center of your soul. But a couple months away from it, it's just like, I have a new outlook on life.
It's like, I feel better than I have in years.
Nobody needs that thing. That thing has to go in a volcano. So he says to Ospreay, he's like, I was going to give you hell for working with those guys, but I guess it's not a thing anymore. I want to catch up. I actually really understand where you're at right now because that was me last year. Ospreay is like amazing, wonderful. You want to catch up. Okay. So I'm actually in a complicated situation with a lot of people. I don't have a lot of time to socialize with you, and also I can't trust Kenny, so I can't trust you. Which is hot.
It's so hot. It's crazy. It's like to still have Hangman and Kenny like that connected in your mind after all this time. It's like, yeah,
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then they do a little more back and forth about this kind of circuitous question of who needs to believe in you or others, which is a theme of the season. And then that's the end of the segment. And Hangman is whistling. He's basically whistling.
I've never seen a man in wrestling look this happy, like ever, much less Hangman. It's just like...
I think we may have gotten some flack too for saying that his hair didn't look that good the other week, but I liked it this week.
I liked it this week. Yeah,
I felt like he'd been in a kind of like an in-between and he went a little shorter. Maybe he didn't, but I like it. All right. So great. Then there are another million segments on Dynamite. Bigfoot keeps talking. Mark Davis.
Oh my God.
Challenge.
I'm so mad at him. Why is he doing this to me?
Everyone is spitting in our faces these days. The fact that Andrade is like, I'm going to take off all my clothes and my panties say What's the
How
catchphrase?
you know.
How you know. And my panties say how you know on the butt. And you see my whole body and how you know it. Mark Davis said, I can talk. And I love doing it. And I love talking in segments on my own. Fuck both of you.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Ridiculous.
There's nothing for girls anymore.
Tony Khan's trying to take everything away from us.
You all come to conference room, sit down. We're talking about blinds and curtains for the next 3 hours.
Just interior decorating from morning till night, 8 hours in a row. And there's going to be an overrun of it, too.
And if it turns out you enjoy that, we'll find something else you don't enjoy, and we'll discuss that.
We've got a lot of thoughts on fiber arts, I'll tell you that.
There's almost nothing we don't have thoughts on, okay? We love to talk, and we'll find a way to talk at you in a way you won't enjoy. That's what you've all learned. That's what you've all learned with your behaviors. So he said, I also thought he delivered this. Actually, it's funny that Hannibal was the thing that you were, was your thing making you happy this week, because when he was doing Mark Davis going, I've suffered a very public and personal embarrassment and it makes me furious. I need to do something about it. I was like, this is my design, is what you're giving. Full. Like, you need to do something about it, like make a statue of human bodies, perhaps. So then the Death Riders also, so he's challenging Ospreay to this fight at Grand Slam. And then the Death Riders also gave a promo again. Pac was allowed to say the word ball sack on TV.
Crazy.
I will say, I think he's the only one who's allowed to because he showed us his. Like, once.
I mean, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah. You can show any.
Yeah.
You can
Once
say anything you've shown.
You can say it. Yeah.
Then why have I never heard Dax Harwood say hole on
Maybe it's just a matter of time. Maybe he's just now hearing that this is the rule, and he's like, "All right, well, next time he's taking some time away with his family and friends, so don't worry about that." And it's not about whether he's booked for Wembley or not. It's actually a separate issue.
No, it's a totally different issue.
What if we lose nonstop with like Andrade and like a Mark Davis, but inexplicably next week Dax Harwood comes back and says show hole? And it's gonna be like, we really got to get our monkey's hand together.
That would be the last act of a desperate man. He's like, I have nothing. Maybe I'll try for the girls. Maybe I'll try to get the girls again. If he came out and he said show hole, he could get me. It would depend on the context. I'd want to know.
Certainly depend on the context, but at least for that week, though, I mean, he'd have a pretty good shot at.
He could have us for a week, yeah.
Remember that 2-month period where we loved Dax?
That was another one where it's like it felt like it's like they could feel the heat of our positive attention. They were like, "Oh, it's burning us. We got to cut that off." Although I think if I recall correctly, actually, I think I may have been. I think they did something that I thought I wanted them to do it. I immediately realized, no, I didn't want that. Ugh, hard. Okay, so they ball sack. Danny Garcia, Pac, you're so right. You're always right. Just like you were right about that coward Will Ospreay. Ospreay, you've been running from the grind forever.
That killed me. That was a good. I usually don't like the old work shoots, but a little grace note like that.
That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that, and I also liked this line. The single moment you had any kind of internal conflict about being with the Death Riders, you left. I said, you know about internal conflict?
He's like, we all feel bad about being in the Death Riders every day of our lives, but that doesn't mean we leave.
You know what? I stay up at night thinking about all the things that I've done, but I still show up the next day.
He says, I weigh the good, I weigh the bad, and I make my decision, and you made the wrong decision. Okay, I guess. Mox then did a little, he kind of looked rocky. He looked shaky. He looked full Lucille too. Like he just had a little vertigo. And he gave a promo that actually, he said that he's really sick of the morality police.
That was so funny. He screamed that he was sick of the morality police. Mox's portrayal of a man on the edge the last 2 weeks has actually really been working for me. I'm really pretty delighted with it, to be honest with you.
It's so funny that I'm like, I'm the morality police, but I'm like, I think I'm giving you a lot of points. Like I'm confused about where my points are being forced to go at any given moment. Like 1 second I am dinging you where I'm like, don't bag a man, but then it turns out you were right. Like Kenny did behave really badly. So
maybe we would have been better off if he bagged Kenny.
I don't know. And
is Mox kind of a what's the Tom Cruise movie about the future enforcement? Like,
the Minority Report? No.
Minority Report.
Yeah. Mox is doing a full Minority Report. He can see the future, and so he's preventing crimes.
Now, that's not nothing. That's
not nothing. That'd be a fun wrestling gimmick.
Yeah. Okay. So we leave. We're going to, Mox says something else here, but we'll come back to it later. But he just is giving his kind of like Nick Cage on the edge in the basement. I bake bread. Okay. So finally, Kenny and Ospreay meet for a chat in ring on this episode of Dynamite. Kenny is wearing a suit. I think it looks really normal.
Yeah.
But it's scary to see him in it.
I know. He's been dressing like normal and nice suits for like a few weeks now.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it.
I guess nothing. I
guess just praise him. Good job, Kenny. Thanks for dressing up for us.
Thank you for getting dressed. The bar's on the floor, but thanks for getting dressed. Okay, so Kenny then comes out and he explains why he one-winged angeled Will Ospreay. What is his explanation, and does it make sense?
It's just basically because you thought about bagging me, and that's fucked up. And it's like, okay, well, he didn't do it, though, and you actually one-winged angeled him.
Yeah. He said a lot of stuff that I would call big lies. Little lies.
Lot of, like, I've been an amazing friend to you, Ospreay. It was like, have you?
I've always put our friendship before the belt every single time. What do you mean?
What?
When? What time? The promises they made to each other to try their best and become champions. Like, some of this, I'm just like, that can't have happened on TV where I saw it. Like, I mean, I know you had that backstage. I know you were in the doctor's office together, but I guess I'm thinking of, like, the long arc of your history. I would not say I've saw it all that kind of thing.
The long arc of your friendship does not bend towards support. Does not bend towards support.
Not even one little bit. And he says he takes joy in seeing Ospreay have success, footage not found. How did Ospreay repay him? He told Omega that it sucks that he gave up on himself.
And that really hurt Kenny's feelings. But it's like, Kenny, you did give up on yourself, though,
for sure. And hearing that gave you the fire to win the belt. So it was good that Ospreay said it, because you needed to hear it, because your only friends, the Young Bucks, just say, oh, poor Kenny.
That's true.
Did you want a juice
box? Drive you to greatness, for sure, actually.
No. Well, all they're trying to do is keep you from jumping off a ledge. You know, it's like not their fault that they're not driving him to greatness. They're like, he could do anything at any time. We're just trying to keep him safe. I just want him to live. So they have a little more back and forth. I mean, what else even happens in here? Ospreay is giving kind of like his... This is why I was with the Death Riders, and he says I liked having friends.
That was the one moment where I was like, "That's correct."
That's right.
Like,
that's correct.
This whole time, all I wanted was friends, and I loved having friends.
Did he say though? He should have said like, "Kenny, you're such a liar. You have never been a good friend to me. I needed someone who was."
He should have.
Would have been smart.
No, nobody called Kenny on his lying.
Ospreay has in the past, though, been like, when Kenny's like, I was always there for you, and Ospreay's like, what? Like, when? But he probably just got tired of it. You know, if someone keeps gaslighting you, eventually you just kind of give up.
I guess that's true. I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow this thought all the way down, but like it just occurred to me because I've been listening to some Blank Check back catalog, and I'm listening to the Fincher ones, and I think they quoted something that David Fincher said about dialogue. I think it was David Fincher, and they were talking about David Fincher having a concept of dialogue where he's like, people never tell, like, dialogue shouldn't be the truth. Which is true. Like, people get really focused on, like, you know, that person isn't, what they're saying isn't right. Like, it's just like, yeah, people tell lies all the time that they don't even think that they're lies. Mm-hmm. But what they do choose to say in combination with their actions tells you something about, like, who they are and, like, the truth of them, you know? Yeah. You have to read into that. A lot of people aren't doing this anymore, but you have to kind of read into the dialogue. Yeah. And I think a problem that I'm having is I'm like, it's not a problem that Kenny is lying all the time. And it's not a problem that every single thing he says is not true. The problem is that at this point, don't really understand at all what's going on with him behind the things he's saying. So I like can't construct a concept of Kenny Omega. Like, I'm just like, I don't get it.
No, that's true. Because, like, it is interesting to think, like, Kenny keeps telling this lie that he's an amazing friend to Ospreay. So it's, like, important to him self-justify.
Yes.
It's the lie he's telling himself is, like, I'm a really good friend, and that's, like, important to my self-conception. But, yeah, like, his action, it doesn't line up with anything else Kenny does or says, I feel like.
I mean, unless there is something going on where it's, like, Kenny Omega is inherently a prideful character.
Yeah.
And sometimes he really gives into it. And then other times, like now, he's pretending against it. Mm-hmm. But it's still not fully creating. I can't really make sense of it all.
The problem, too, is that, like, wrestling's not a complex medium. It's not clear from what they're doing that you're supposed to read it as a lie, you know? Yeah. It comes across more like an after-the-fact, like, we're trying to retcon it, that he was a good friend, but it's like, but he wasn't.
That's the worst part about wrestling, is that sometimes things are deliberate and you're supposed to read into it, and sometimes people are like, hey, just go with this. Just go. I need you to go with this for the for this purpose program. Of the story, right? Yeah. And so you're just sort of like, okay, I don't know I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
I'm like rereading this whole promo, and I am just like, what was happening in here? It's like
literally, like, watching it was kind of hard to follow because it was just like all over the place. It was like they were just saying a lot of sort of disconnected things.
Yeah, there's moments where it feels like they're in a hype up scene from, like, Remember the Titans, and then one of them turns and is like, you're on the other team, and it's just like, oh yeah, I just thought we were all doing it. Sorry, go ahead.
And I felt like they were delivering this weird too. Like there was something very like West End like monologue about it.
Yeah,
but it was
especially from Kenny.
Yeah, and I was just like, but you're saying such stupid stuff. So it's not working for me.
Yeah,
it just would make so much more sense to me if Will Ospreay, like, in the middle of this saying, you know how much I love and respect you, but if you put your hands on me, like, it would make more sense to me if he just was like, I guess you don't see it, but, like, you've let me down. And I just, like, blew up the one thing that felt like support in my life because I didn't want to let you down. And that wasn't enough for you. Like, nothing I do is ever enough for anybody. So, like...
that would be good, yeah.
You know? Poor little guy.
And then you could turn that into, like... So I'm going to win it all in for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could turn that into something. But
right. Like, you know what? Maybe, like, I have to stop doing stuff for other people. I have to stop listening to anything anyone else is telling me. Like, the one thing that I know is how to wrestle. And I've lost my way on that. And I just have to, like, connect with me, and I have to trust that someday someone will love me.
I want to like
gives up on human relationships.
Yeah, he needs to give the 90210 speech. It's just like, I choose me.
That actually would be really... I love every time we talk about any Will Ospreay storyline, we get ourselves to a point where we're like, that would be really moving. And if I saw that on 911 one week, I'd cry.
I would be really, really moved.
Well, like, the funny thing is that, like, we're always telling cloud stories about Will Ospreay, and I know he's not doing it on purpose, but his actions always kind of line up with them. Like, even in this promo, it's like... well, like, Will is a guy who just wanted friends, and everyone keeps disappointing him, and he tries to be a good guy, and that's not enough. Like, I almost teared up when you said that. It's like crazy.
It's, you know, it's... I think it's... Will Ospreay is in a funny position where I'm like, actually... How do I put this? I really sympathize with you, buddy. I'm really sorry that you did get stuck between these two cult leaders, and they are both really weird guys in their own ways. And
if you're someone who has a weakness for strong men, being in wrestling must be really hard because it's
totally.
Will Ospreay is walking around backstage being like, and stop convincing me to join your cults. Just because it's easy doesn't mean you should do it.
Since this place is hell, there's a Winston Churchill around every corner.
They're just constantly giving you beat poet promos where you're like, that sounded amazing. Like, yeah, I'll do anything you say. And you're like, you want me to
fight them on the beaches.
Yeah. Wait, you want me to smother Kenny Omega? Wait a second.
To what end? To what end? To what end?
He just got confused. It's hard for him. And they are both really weird guys. Really weird cult leaders.
They're both really weird guys. What they want is not that clear. Like, it's kind of like, I guess like Mox is it's kind of interesting to think about like Mox's whole deal here, where I'm just like, Mox's thing is kind of just that he's like psychosexually obsessed with his boyfriend Will Ospreay, but he can't just come out and be like, I'm so horny for him. I want to beat off to the image of him winning at Wembley. So he has to like create these explanations of like, it's about like, I've trained you so hard and Kenny isn't what's right for this company. I don't know, just all kinds of stuff where it's like, it's okay to just be like, I'd love to kiss you at Wembley after you win.
But honestly, like, it's always, I think that's why Mox's character is kind of working for me better in this whole thing, because like he's saying things that aren't true, but you can tell like what it's covering for, which is like, he finds violence arousing, so watching his guys do violence makes him really hard, and he really likes it.
And make his dick hard.
It's complicated.
Yeah, finds it arousing, so it arouses him. If you get what I'm saying.
So he wants more of it. So
it's actually pretty simple. It's one of the simplest things on earth. Yes. So that's what's going on there. Okay, let's return to Redemption. So Cope and Cage also won their match versus the head or rattler middle of the snake, Pac and Claudio. After which, the Young Bucks came out and they had a little face-off with them. Quote, until it was revealed that these two teams would meet for the first time at All in London. It was just revealed right then?
I think they put up a graphic, but I'm not.
And did they earn
sure.
that by beating Moxspray? Is that or?
That was not clear to me. Maybe.
Okay.
And that's one thing I can answer.
That's what we don't.
Sounds plausible.
Okay. So Cope shook hands with them, but Christian did not want to shake hands, and he walked away from that. And then they had a sit-down segment on last week's Dynamite, and they just did some light back and forth. What did you hear in there? What interested you?
This was another one where, I love my Young Bucks, but I was watching this and I was like, is this bad? I think it's bad.
It was serviceable.
They just kept going back and forth by being like, you're a really big legend. No, you're a really big legend. But also, I'm a big legend. No, I'm a big legend. Okay, guys, chill out.
Yeah. There was a funny part where one of them said like, and it was Cope was being like, well, I think we want to prove ourselves because people still doubt us after all this time. Does that ever happen to you? And Matt Jackson had to be like, yeah, that's kind of all that happens to us, really. And it was just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was, I don't know. It was like one of those things where I was like, I think this is just kind of like a standard wrestling promo where they're like, I want to win because of my legacy, but it's nothing to me.
Yeah,
really.
It's difficult. It's incredibly difficult because they're not fighting for any ideological reason or relationship reason. Yeah. Both teams just want to win. And it's sort of like, well, I think that the Young Bucks should be like, you guys are kind of disgraceful as tag teams because you don't share an entrance. Yeah. So as the king of tag teams, we'll take that belt from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they were like, you guys are old and tacky and you don't even share an entrance, like that would have been a good promo.
I would fucking die. If Matt Jackson said you're old and tacky, I would die.
You're old and tacky and you have separate fucking entrances.
Yeah. So good luck beating us.
Especially because I think something that I watched from my attempt to round up everything that had happened, there was commentary was being like the Young Bucks partners for life, where I was like, so true. Yeah. And they should be rubbing it in their faces.
Yeah, I know. It's like these guys haven't even been a tag team for 25 years or whatever. Yeah. Like, come on. The only good part of this promo was that Christian was like, oh, and you're bringing your wives? That's great. Delightful.
Oh my God. Absolutely insane. I do think we got a big problem cooking with All In where, I do not always agree that we need to have a super clear heel, a super clear face. Like, I think that you need to have two clear sides of the conflict, like two people who want things that are different and you can decide which of them is worth it. You know, I mean, it's often it's helpful if it's a heel and a face, but some people do it differently and it works.
Yeah.
We have got a lot of matches where I'm just like, I have no fucking clue. Neither of you is fighting for anything that makes sense to me. And neither of you has been on good behavior. And neither of you has been on totally bad behavior. So you want me to watch this match and figure out what I think about it? Kind of nothing.
Right. I know, not to be like, what are your motivations? But like, we can't just be like, well, I want to win the match. Like, guys, please.
It just feels like, I feel like a lot of people are kind of playing it pretty safe. A little too safe. And that's the most dangerous thing a girl like you can do.
I know. It's like either hit a home run or hit yourself in the face with the bat, but none of this like singles, like out at first stuff.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's nothing.
I don't know if you guys remember last year, but like in the late winter, early spring, I was like, God, I cannot believe we got All In tickets. I wonder if we can sell them. I'm like not that interested. And then all of a sudden it started ramping up and I started getting really excited. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we're going to All In. This is going to be amazing. This year is like, I just keep waiting for that moment where I'm like, the All In stuff is going to kick in and we're going to get so excited. And it's like, well, it's August.
I mean, I think that's kind of how I feel about like this having been how the Cope and Christian Bucks match was announced. Like, it's just like, they just both won matches and then it just got announced. That's it?
I know. And these guys like seem like they should be able to do something, you know, because it's like,
right,
the
because
Bucks are good at it, like Christian's good at it. Like, what are we
Cope's
doing?
favorite thing is making a meal out of something. So you didn't make a whole big drama about. I don't know.
You didn't show up hungry to fight the Young Bucks?
You just wanted to talk about your legacy a little bit? Like, okay.
I don't want to hear about any of these men's legacies
No.
ever again.
No. Men shouldn't have legacies.
No.
It's immature.
Men shouldn't be remembered.
No, they shouldn't. They should all be forgotten.
Oh my God.
I remember in grad school, which I went to grad school, I was getting a PhD in an obscure ancient Near Eastern area. But one of my professors being like, oh, everyone goes into academia, so they'll be remembered forever. And I was like, are you insane? No one's going to remember your weird monograph that 3 people read? It's a bad choice.
No. I mean, you can hope that one person remembers you someday.
Yeah, like your friends and family.
Yeah, you can dream up. It doesn't mean it'll happen. Okay. All right. So then this week we're in Arena Mexico for Grand Slam Mexico. Show opens with a big Death Riders versus Christian and Young Bucks match. I don't know. I think you just had to get them all on the card is what I would imagine. And they had both fought. Both Christian and the Young Bucks had fought Death Riders.
This whole, like, we're putting opponents for a big match, like, in a match, but they're teaming up together thing. It's like, sometimes it's okay, but not when you're phoning it in this much.
No, I agree. And then they had some drama at the end, and yet again, Cope is shaking Matt and Nick's hands, and Christian isn't. The only way to resolve this for me at this point, the Cope and Christian thing where they're not on the same page that I, like, hate, I'm like, the only thing that should happen is that within the next week, Cope should be like, fuck it, I'm not shaking their hands either. You're right. Let's be fucking jackass. Let's be assholes. Let's be fucking assholes.
That'd be great.
That would be the best thing he could do, but he won't do it because then he won't get to do his, like, cool guy entrance.
Ugh. I'm going to shoot myself. I'm going to fucking shoot myself.
That man's commitment to that entrance is the worst thing in this promotion.
It has ruined what I think could otherwise be quite a pleasurable run from an old man.
Honestly, yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would honestly be so much more, like, kindly disposed towards him.
Mm-hmm. Because Leah's right. It is like he's protecting the entrance moment, and it's like, you're being so precious. You're being so safe because of it. Like, it would be so much more interesting if you're just like, fuck, my jackass husband. You're right. And because he is such a jackass. Cope is such a jackass.
He is. He's like naturally, like when he's being nice, you're like, ugh, like I don't believe this at all. So it's like, yeah, just go heel, like do a murder husbands thing. It would make this match build up way better.
It would rock. It would rock. Yeah. And I'd love to hear them say like really mean things to the Young Bucks.
I know. If they said really mean things, because it also felt like the Young Bucks were having to be like nice to Cope
Kid
in their
gloves on,
promo because to protect his stupid entrance.
I hate it. Ospreay and Mark Davis also had their match. They main evented Grand Slam Mexico, and I really enjoyed this match. Nothing plot relevant.
No.
We got to talk about the moment of this match.
We saw something new. We don't often see something new at this stage, but last night we saw a new thing.
We saw something new.
Will Ospreay said, "Behold, I make all things new." And he grabbed Mark Davis's dick.
He grabbed his dick, and I didn't even realize at first that it was a barbed wire grab, so I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Just in the middle of their violent match, he just said, let me check on that big boy. Let me just check and see he's still there.
Relatable king.
On the local couch. We then spent the entire rest of the, however many minutes were left, all we were talking about is like the goal of a match is to mangle the dick. The goal of the match is to fuck the dick up so bad. And then we were goofing and we were just like, that's actually what's happening at the end. Something happened at the end that made us think of it. We were like, yeah, they should be doing a thing where at the end of every match, it's the ref's job to just check that the dick got mangled. So it's just like showing your pants. The ref looks in and goes, yikes. Good game. Get back to the showers.
Oh my God, maybe that's why Ciampa took a picture of his dick in the middle of that match.
He said, I fucked this up good.
Yeah, look. Evidence.
That's crazy that happened.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I did really enjoy the match. I had a really nice time. Yeah. Good.
I mean, what more is it to say? I felt like a Roman emperor, and that's often all I want out of a wrestling match.
The fact that he had that much blood on his face while his dick was getting barbed wire groped was just like, woof. You don't see... you're not so lucky as to see this every day. You're not so lucky.
What they're up to.
No. Okay. That's everything from that whole thing, surely. You'd have to hope an hour into the fucking podcast. Okay, so it's a lighter detail from here on out. So while we were out, they announced something called there's a new tournament. This was what part of Mox's Lucille 2 promo was about, where he's moving back and forth, shaking like a something, and he says the backstage is a buzz with a mystery tournament. The Continental Cup. And then he's being like, this is how I lose my Continental Championship, then so be it. I'm going to go out in a hail of bullets. He's saying all kinds of stuff. And he's shaking his jowls like crazy. And I said, what is this mystery tournament? So then on Collision, they announced that the mystery tournament is the Continental Cup. And... So Mox is the Continental Champion, which he won in the Connie, which is the Continental Cup.
That he still had that belt.
We all knew it. We all knew
We're closely tracking the 6 mid-card belts, obviously.
We all feel fine about the fact that they get a belt and not a beautiful marble statue of Nike. Obviously, we're fine about that. We're not bitter about that at all.
No, we don't complain about it near constantly.
No. So he has this. So anyway, so they were like, we can't wait until the Connie, which is supposed to be in like 3 months.
Yeah.
We're going to have a cup now. And the tournament will begin next week on Collision. And
I assume there's a literal cup to go along with the literal belt. Like, these are just participation trophies. Your mother's going to have to throw them out
if you win, you get the belt, I thought.
You get the belt, but I think there's also a cup, right?
I thought
or is the cup just a name?
I think the cup is what they're drawing the random matches out of, perhaps.
Oh, like in the Goblet of Fire?
Maybe. By entering the Continental Cup with the hope of fighting for the AEW Continental Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
So you enter the cup to fight for the cup, but then at the end you end up with a belt?
And a cup.
The vessel with the pestle holds the brew that is true, is what you say?
This could have been a statue.
I feel like my ass is getting goofed on so bad, and they're only going to get away with this because it is so funny, but it's stupid.
It is.
You look stupid, Tony.
This should have been a statue is such a funny thing to say, too. It's like, this meeting could have been an email. Like, this cup could have been a statue.
Okay. So the Continental Cup matches are determined by random blind draw. After the first 8 matches, the 8 winners will go back into the pool for another random blind draw for the next round.
So does that mean that the first group, like the second group, gets a bye? Or
no? What?
So like the 8 winners, then they're drawing at random for their second match. So do like half the guys have to fight more matches?
No, because the first,
or is it semi round robin?
I think this is just like if you lose, you're out, right?
I mean, I thought so, but like, why is there a draw for the? I guess the 8 winners are drawing.
Yeah, the 8 winners go back in, and then they all. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm on board.
And it isn't. So we've got Jon Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy. I love they lost their belts and we're just like right back in the game. Back in the game, boss.
They're pretty cute. I did too.
Nigel McGuinness, the one time of year that he loves to wrestle.
Insane.
Shibata, David Finlay, Ace Austin, Jay White, Matt Sydal. I feel like we're running out of men, as always.
Matt Sydal.
Matt Sydal. Well, he's back. Matt Sydal. Aw.
I know.
Matt Sydal.
Didn't know he still win here.
Jack Perry, Jake Doyle, Brian Cage, Hechicero, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie was very exciting.
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, hell yeah, Eddie.
If he goes out in round 1, I'm going to flip a shit.
No, he better win this goddamn tournament. Imagine if like Eddie gets to the end with Mox and takes the belt off him. Like that would be good stuff. I need somebody to give me like a promo that means something.
I need to watch Eddie Kingston just head into Death Rider booty boot camp and just be like, what the fuck is going on with you?
Dude, what the hell? Like, he hasn't walked down that hallway yet, and like, everyone's been trying to get him to for months because they're like, Eddie's the only one who's gonna stop this, you know? And they could be like, Eddie, I think the vending machines are going down that way. He's like, nah, I'm not hungry. And they're like, God damn it.
Don't you think Eddie could straighten out Will Ospreay in like 30 seconds? Like,
absolutely.
One long conversation, and Will Ospreay's like, you know what? I am going to choose me. I don't need Kenny or Mox.
Now he's in Eddie's cult, but that's a healthy cult, to be honest.
And also, Eddie keeps being like, stop joining my cult. Yeah.
Eddie's like, don't follow me around. Like, I'm not giving you advice. You shouldn't listen to me.
Eddie's giving him like little tests where it's like he just like gets he's like, look, he's looking a little too, and then he says something and Ospreay agrees and he goes, that was a fucking test. No, obviously that's not what you should do. You should do what you want to do. You need to figure out what you want. You need to want things for yourself. You can't just want what other people tell you to. You can't just do what other people tell you to.
And then he gets Ospreay to not automatically agree with him, except that Ospreay's always looking at him like, which side am I supposed to agree with? And like then guessing really hesitantly, and Eddie's like, damn it.
But that would be a great journey to watch. It would be great to watch Will Ospreay go on the journey of eventually just being like, I love this thing, and Eddie being like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, and Ospreay being like, I don't give a shit. I actually don't care. It. I love it. I love looking like a Backstreet Boy.
Yeah, my hair looks good this way, and I don't care how many people on the internet yell at me.
And you know what? If you like it, I love it, as Leah's been saying recently. Okay. Should I care about this cup, or what do you think?
How can we? You know?
How can we? Well, I care about Eddie. You know, I care
about Eddie, but it is sort of like if they do deranged promos the way they did the first year of the Connie, then I'll listen up. But it does just seem to be like, oh, you're taking everything we loved about the Connie and just distilling it down. It's like, what's the point?
What's the point? Know. And you know what? I like having something to look forward to in the year. And I feel like you're burning, you know, it's a different thing, but I'm just like, don't burn capital. You know, you gain energy from making me wait for something that I love.
Yeah. And it just feels lazy. It's like you don't want to have to think up like booking matches for a couple months. So you're just like going to make a tournament and you've got all these belts as crutches too. And, you know.
And they have to think about less storylines because the cup is a good way for people to be like, oh, I'm here because I want to win this cup and not because I have like emotional problems that I'm trying to ignore.
No one has emotional problems this year. Or if they do, they're not disclosing them.
Disgusting.
I will say these matches, I like the look of some of these matches. Like I like
they are going to be good.
Too.
Yeah. I'm excited. They're not going to do anything because they never do. But Kyle O'Reilly versus Roddy, I'm just like, I hope you guys get really emotionally dysregulated. I would love to watch you guys kind of fuck yourselves up mentally. They won't.
Yeah. But. No, they won't. But it would be nice to see a little conglomeration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also shocked when commentary was like, Mox is going to fight Jungle Boy, which has never happened before. And I was like, they've never fought before? Never?
That's insane.
Not one time in 7 years?
I hope it's really sexy. Remember that that old Jack Perry Kenny match?
Oh my God. Yes. Where Kenny kept experiencing cuteness aggression, but sexual.
Yeah. That was a nasty match. That was a nasty little match. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I've cast my gimlet eye over you, Tony, and I'm not happy with a lot of what's going on. Andrade, as aforementioned, humiliated Mark Davis by beating him for the natty at Redemption. And he rode that high into a win over Jack Perry and Nick Wayne on Dynamite. Of course, the natural first match out for you've got a new belt. Who are you going to fight? It's two little twinks who hate each other at the same time, certainly. Afterwards, he cut a promo just about how he's really happy that he screwed MJF. He still has the Dynamite Diamond ring. He screwed Don Callis. And he agreed to be in a match for the #1 spot at the All In Casino Gauntlet. And that match for the spot would happen at Grand Slam Mexico, which we watched this week. And then he was really happy because he got the crowd to say how you know.
Every time they do, he does look really delighted that it's actually working, which I do find charming.
It's the only thing that I like about it at this point is just how he has moments that look very genuine, where he's just like, wow, they really are chanting how you know.
Yeah.
He looks happy, and I don't know, there's only so much happiness in this world, so. So then he did fight that match, the qualifying match, versus Commander and Tommaso Ciampa at Arena Mexico, and he won. And then again, this was me getting cucked, where I had been like, no one's going to cut a promo, and he said, I, Andrade, will cut a promo, and he cut a promo, and it was so boring. It was so, and I love him. I really love the guy, but he took off all his clothes. He took off like every clothing he had on. He made a big production of it. It said how you know on his butt, and then he cut a really boring promo about how he's going to win the Casino Gauntlet or whatever. He wants to win the AEW world title for everyone here and everyone in Mexico, for people like us. So I said gays. And then he got interrupted by the return of MJF. And MJF came out, and he had what I would call nothing very interesting to say. Do you think he said anything?
No, not even a little bit interesting.
He was dressed like Johnny from Dirty Dancing, but like seemed try hard.
Seemed try hard is like the MJF tagline.
Yeah. He basically was just like, I miss my belt. Everyone's always taking my belt from me. He took his Dynamite Diamond ring from Andrade. Then did he leave with it? I thought we'd got it off him finally.
I don't know. I was really tuned out at that point, I think.
I don't understand, because didn't he win one every year? So doesn't he have like five more of them at home?
I don't know.
It was really never clear to us like how many times.
The one time we thought somebody else won it, they never had it. So
yeah, Bandito won it, but he's never flashed it around.
It don't make sense, and I don't get it. And that's it. He just kind of whined for a while, and then he left, I think. That's it. So that's it.
But he's going to fight at Wembley, so...
He's going to fight at Wembley. You know, should I have more grace for Anthony Khan, where he's got so many stallions back there, and he says, I got to get him in fights, and I got to get him to agree to be in these fights. I got to be in a fight they like, and he's working really... I don't have grace for him. I'm not happy with him right now. I don't think he's doing a good job. That's the meanest I've ever been on this podcast.
Wow. I don't think he's doing
he's doing a good job.
Tony Khan somewhere just started crying, and he doesn't know why.
What a burn. All right. The Painmaker beat Tommaso Ciampa at Redemption. That was as gnarly as it gets, says the AEW.com recap. I got to go back and watch this one. I do want to see what the Painmaker got up to. So the Painmaker wins. And the Painmaker is a scary guy. He is really scary. And so it's a very natural follow-up. I can't find any explanation of why this match happened at all. He came out for the match we discussed earlier for Grand Slam Mexico, Arena Mexico, and he's gone what I call cheerleader mode. The Painmaker is gone, and he said it's sexy hip tassels. So when I pop a hip, you get a little flash. And I'm looking beautiful, and I'm feeling even more beautiful.
He and Hangman really were both in great moods this week.
Yeah. They were very happy boys. They were very, very happy boys.
And I'm not trying to imply anything. It really wasn't, but then I was like, wow, it really sounds like I have something to say about it. But.
No. And let's roll it back. No, I actually really like this. I think you're really doing something.
I actually think you've blown something up here because they were both off TV.
Both off TV.
Possibly together somewhere on a boat.
Let's try this on for the size. A love shack is a little old place where they can get together.
They come back feeling refreshed, happy, full of endorphins. Probably because of all the fun boat stuff they were doing.
There are several people that are going to be so upset at us for this joke.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Probably everybody. It's not a joke. This is very real to me now.
It is a real immediately onboarded. Like, wow, they have a real tender, loving relationship.
It's really healthy. They found each other at a time when they both needed somebody.
Yeah.
Tony was trying to get them both to come back earlier. They said, we really need to build a strong foundation for our relationship. We don't want to rush back before we have that strong foundation because we want to grow together, Tony. And Tony said,
Tony says, I really don't need to hear any more about it. That's great. You can have another month off. Please don't say more.
You want to grow together. I want to book a show that doesn't make people say I'm doing a bad job. We all want things. Okay, so lovers, happy lovers, Hangman and Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho with his little tassel on his hip and a song in his heart. Mm-hmm. And he's fighting on a team with Darby Allin and Mystico to fight Kevin the Jet, Okada, and Hechicero.
Which makes perfect sense. Like, everyone sees Jericho and Darby standing near each other, and they definitely think they're on the same team.
They go together. It would have made more sense for him to stay Painmaker if he was going to be fighting with Darby, but
that would have aesthetically made more sense.
I have to assume he was referencing, with Jericho, I always assume he's referencing something that he did in the past. So it's like, did he have my sexy cheerleader wife gimmick? Because I did keep saying, like, he's my girlfriend.
Did he have a sexy cheerleader wife gimmick? Yeah, probably in the 90s, I would say.
Yeah.
The Fed would love Jericho in a sexy cheerleader gimmick, I think. I think we can be pretty sure that happened in the Attitude Era, probably.
Yeah, sounds right. Oh, my God. Okay. So then they fight this match, and I enjoyed the match.
It came at a time in the night where I really needed it. Where I was like, finally, something for mama.
It was like something for mama, but like the feeling of like when you pick up something at a yard sale and you're like, I don't know what this is for. I literally don't know what I'm holding, but I love it. I love the heft of it. Yeah. That was me with this match.
Yeah, you're like, I came to this yard sale and I'm going to leave with something. Like, do I need it? No. Does anyone need it? Probably not.
Like, do I know what you would do with it? It could be anything. Could be a paperweight. Could be a doorstop. Could be
anytime you talk with could be a paperweight, you're really cooking with gas. Yeah.
Yeah. This match could have been a paperweight, but in a good way. In a good way. Had a really nice time. No fucking clue why it happened. Darby pinned TNT champ Kevin the Jet. I don't know why I kept calling him Kevin the Jet for the whole schedule, but
it's pretty funny though.
Kevin the Jet.
In all caps.
Kevin the Jet for the win. And then he was kind of like, enough of this. And he left pretty quickly, and Jericho was giving full People's Princess.
Jericho was like, I can't believe I won that match. Like, waving, smiling, in the best mood of his life. Like, he's just had the best sex of his life for the past 3 months.
Oh, yeah. Just thank God I found the love of my life, and now I'm here in front of all my beautiful fans in Mexico, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to feel good. I just want you to feel good. The way I do.
Hey, save a horse. Ride a cowboy.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy. Save a horse, ride a boat. Ride a cowboy. Ride a cowboy on a
That's
boat.
classic saying. Hey, Blorb, can you make us a t-shirt that says save a horse, ride a boat?
But then the picture is of Chris Jericho and Hangman making love in a kind of a dinghy, a raft.
A dinghy for sure, but drawn in such a way that it couldn't be legally actionable. But
and it should be discreet. It should be demure. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, you're not going to see hole for
you're
sure.
Not going to see hole. No,
just loving embrace.
Just loving him. You could there could be a hole on the dinghy where you blow the dinghy up. That would be okay to show.
You could show that hole for sure.
You could show that hole.
And you could probably draw it in such a way that it's a little suggestive. That whole wise.
Wait a minute. When you blow it up, is this an inflatable dinghy?
Yeah. That's kind of where I went.
It's become,
I don't know why.
Cool.
Kind of not a very stable stracture to be doing any kind of
not a good
physical activity in.
Not traditionally a good place for lovemaking, but when you're on top of the world.
When you're on top of the world, you want the thrill, you know? You want to see if you can accomplish something.
Genuinely think I'm giving myself a laughter headache. I'm injuring myself.
People are going to be so mad at us.
They're not going to like this.
They're not going to support Jangman.
Big Jang Man. That's
Big
beautiful.
Jang Man. Big Jang. They're getting to work. They say Big Jang Man back in the house.
I'm just picturing this shirt with save a cowboy, ride a boat, and then like a inflatable dinghy with Chris Jericho and Hangman kind of on top of each other inside it, but you don't see it, but it's tasteful.
The way it's tasteful is that you just draw it like they're wrestling. It's just
so
wrestling.
True. Just wrestling. Yeah, and if it's just wrestling, I mean, honestly, you can do a lot, you know? There can be dick grabbing. You can be between his legs. No problem.
It'll at the top save a cowboy, ride a boat or whatever. At the bottom, it says it's just wrestling.
I think if the shirt's a little bit defensive, that also really elevates the art. Yeah.
It's just wrestling.
Just wrestling. What did you think it was?
Seems like you're the problem. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. So Jericho's celebrating. Okay. Speaking of Kevin the Jet, he used to have a husband he could have had sex on a boat with, but he doesn't anymore because he divorced him. And I would say that Speedball, the estranged husband, continues to be doing not mentally well. He had a match versus Kyle Fletcher. I think they had gotten into some kind of fisticuffs boy fight last week, but I didn't see it. So I don't know.
Kyle kicked him right in the face, and the way that Speedball reacted, it somehow just gave me the impression it was like, it wasn't like a man-to-man fight. It was more like the way you might kick a dog. Like, it felt upsetting. Just like, I don't know what happened there, but
it's like, Kyle, this man is not doing well enough to be kicking him left and right like that.
Will Ospreay would not think you should be attacking his head when he's in emotional distress.
I would like it if it was Will Ospreay. People just started saying to him, like, you wouldn't do that to, you wouldn't hit a man in the head who's, didn't have the cereal he liked for breakfast this morning. And Will Ospreay is like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be figuring out what I think is right for myself. I'm not allowed to ask anybody for help, Eddie said. I guess if I didn't get the cereal I liked, I wouldn't want to get kicked in the head. It's not that cereal.
Tutoring Will Ospreay through moral dilemmas. Would you kick a man who had cereal he didn't like for breakfast? I mean, I think that's a winner of a storyline.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to love it. So Speedball is fighting Kyle Fletcher. He comes out in this outfit. I mean, it's... There's so much going on, you know?
It's shiny.
It's shiny. There was a point late in this match where, Jenna on my couch had kept saying, she's just like, I love this outfit. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I like that he's wearing pants. I like the pants, but I didn't like the weird matching full head mask, full silk head mask. And she goes, I didn't see that. I was like, what do you mean you didn't see it? It was pretty prominent. And then we realized she'd missed everything but the pants. So she didn't know that he came out. It's a matching full head silk mask and a little top and the silk pajama pants. She's just like, nice pants. They were nice pants, but there was a lot more to it than that. Very interesting stuff. She's not doing well. And he lost the match.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of course he did. And, we had talked about it, obviously, about, how, he can't do anything right. But this was the first time it really connected for me. And I was like, he just can't do anything right. And that's kind of, the point of you.
Yeah.
And, that kind of, there was a little frisson for me. I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
Pathetic.
Yeah, it's a man who kind of carries the banana peel pump with him wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing to slip on. I'll set myself on fire. Okay. Women's division.
Having problems getting a good night's sleep? Apollo Neuro may be the help your body needs. Apollo Neuro is a wearable designed to calm your nervous system so you can fall asleep faster and sleep deeper without medication or side effects. It works by sending gentle, silent vibrations through your wrist that signal safety to your body, like a hug for your nervous system. The result? Fewer wake-ups, deeper sleep, and mornings where you actually feel rested. It's not just a sleep tracker. Apollo Neuro actively helps you regulate your body, and Smart Vibes AI automatically personalizes the experience for sleep, calm, focus, and recovery. It's scientifically backed, with clinical trial participants gaining up to 60 minutes of sleep a night. Try it risk-free for 30 days. That is APOLLONEURO.com. Visit apolloneuro.com and take $99 off today.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Willow won at Redemption. And then she celebrated afterwards with the conglomeration. So she won. She beat Tekla. She is our new women's world champion. Yeah. How's everyone feeling?
It's not what I would have done, but I am trying to reset and have a good attitude and be like, I do like Willow.
Yeah, of course.
I do. I'm happy that she.
If she likes it, I love it.
If she likes it, I love it. I liked the speech she gave where she was like, the fact that I'm a chubby woman up here holding the belt. I was like, yes, that does rule.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be in good spirits about it. I do think Tekla would have been sexier, but I'm trying to reset and be like, it's okay. It's okay.
I know. I think the thing for me too is I love Willow. I'm psyched for her to be the champion in general, but I feel bummed that they didn't do it in such a way that I was panting for it, you know?
No, I mean, she kind of got the Kenny reign, right? She's just holding it for a second until Mercedes gets it, you know?
Yeah. And I just think that shouldn't be your first reign.
No. Yeah, it's one thing for Kenny. I mean, it's annoying enough, but
yeah, of course. Kenny has his own problems.
You can't get into all that again.
No. Yeah, I thought that the Dynamite segment, the Dynamite celebration segment, she did a really good job of helping me to reset because the way that she talked about, her feelings about the year, her feelings about being injured and coming back, talking about I'm kind of a weirdo and people didn't think, I don't usually love it when people are people didn't think I could do it. Just that phrasing of it usually kind of ticks me off, but I thought we got through it and I was like, I really am with you and I do love you and I love that you're making everyone chant for your mom and I do love you and I do want to reset and I'm not happy this is how this has happened and I'm not happy. I wish that I were happy. I want to be happy.
No, I mean, that's the thing with our relationship with the women's division is that we're always being like, okay, let's have a good attitude about this.
Best attitudes in the biz.
Yeah, I did think she did a really good job, and it was nice to see like how behind her the crowd was. It's like, yeah, she's like a big fan favorite, which is pretty amazing. And I thought she did a good job of like kind of interacting with the crowd and like playing off them a little bit. So that was nice to see too. But
yeah, and on social media last week, she like posted the original text she got from Sean Dean being like, hey, do you want to come in and do some extra work? Can you send me some reels? I'm going to try to get you in or whatever. And then like I had listened a long time ago to her Talk is Jericho, where she talked a lot about like when she first got the opportunity, she was like, I'm going to make the absolute, like, I'm going to make them love me. I'm going to be like the best coworker. I'm going to do everything that they need me to do because I just want to be invited back. And so like I did have that moment where it's like, and she did get invited back.
Yeah. That does really move me. That all really moves me. It is like, I wish it had been a circumstance where I was like, fuck, you really set this up. Like I'm paying for it.
There too, because like she and Mercedes do have this really rich history, like the two of them have had these encounters and they clearly get under each other's skin. They could have made this a little bit more, but I'm resetting.
We're resetting. It's easy for us. And I do think it was great, too, that Mercedes interrupted this celebration, and she did immediately get into that. She said, we have history. I have specific beef with you because of, like, I feel like every time it's supposed to be my moment, there you are. I thought she sold that. That was good. They did a little contract sign there, I think. Is that when that happened? Oh, they did the contract sign first, and then they got into the backstory of it a little bit. So I thought you know what? I like that. At All In, I'm not just going to take this damn title. I'm going to take this damn smile, too. It's all... We could do it. We could make it... We could make it good. No one's going to say anything really crazy to me. And for the next... I don't know when someone in the women's division is going to say something crazy to me again, and that's really hard for me.
It's really hard.
It's really, really hard for me.
Yeah, it is really rough.
No one's going to say anything so crazy. But
we're just going to be dependent on Pac and his ball sack stuff, and I guess that's fine.
I guess that just has to be enough now. I guess
we'll just eat this hardtack, and that'll nourish us, technically.
When you put it that way, that our entire relationship with AEW is resting on Pac's ball sack right now, like, it's not good.
You know what? I don't think that's totally fair, because if Dax comes out and says show hole next week, then he will be load bearing as well.
It'll be a load bearing hole, sure.
You can just picture the two pillars of AEW just resting on that ball sack in that hole.
Just a floppy ball sack in a tiny hole.
Lorb, after the boat thing, draw that. It'll be the new pillar shirt.
What if we scrap the blow up dinghy, put them on a real ship, but there's a life preserver, circular one, that's the hole. Okay. And so we just have to figure out, and then, sometimes they have like, maybe the anchor is the ball sack? Is this anything?
Or maybe is it like a cruise ship and like there's a cruise director who like has a bunch of like inflatable beach balls like in a sack that they're like carrying to the pool for everybody to play
He's carrying a huge pile of ball sacks to the pool. Yeah, that's it, yeah. And then Hangman and Jericho are wrestling on the deck. It's just wrestling.
And it's on the Jericho cruise, so I think that's great too.
Yep.
And what are we advertising again? What is this for? Mercedes? No, Pac is there. Pac is there and Dax is there. Dax is there. And Dax is there.
Yeah. That's a beautiful shirt. We're going to sell 1 million of them.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
Actually, okay. Pac, Hangman and Jericho making love. Wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's just wrestling.
Just wrestling.
Pac is nearby, I don't know, doing anything. It could be sucking himself off. Like, it just could be absolutely anything. Dax is there looking like, right on the cruise ship, and he hasn't even noticed that should we be saying any of this?
Probably not. Do you think it's nice of us to take kind of the people who are so upset by our new ship, Big
Jangman.
Jangman. And they're kind of on Dax's side. I think Dax is kind of their leader. Do you think they'll like that?
Yeah, they're going to love that. Dax is the figurehead of the anti-Big Jangman movement.
Yeah.
He hates it more than anybody. And if you hate it, you're aligned with him. You're a Dax head.
Kind of a homophobe, you know?
An anti-Daxer. Kind of. A homophobe.
I do like the phrase anti-Daxer. It's kind of who we are a little bit.
Embrace Big Jangman or die. Embrace or die. Okay. Willow then teamed up with the Brawling Birds to fight Mercedes and Divine Dominion at Grand Slam Mexico. And then as Willow celebrated with the birds on the ramp, this is a quote from the recap. As Willow celebrated with the birds on the ramp, the match was fine. We learned that they will face Divine Dominion for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship at All In London. I don't approve. Why is this how we're learning about all these matches? It's just like nothing is actively happening. It's just like, and they've got a pretty good match. Tony? Can you fucking put your back into it?
Do you want to sell some tickets or what?
Good God,
I'm worried.
Man. Those seats are red, Tony. If that doesn't motivate you, what will?
I was appalled to see some poor person on Twitter whose seat had been moved to a worse location. They thought maybe because that section was getting closed, Tony. And they liked their original location.
Oh, Tony.
Tony!
Tony, don't you care about that fan's experience? When they went out of their way to buy a ticket?
They bought a ticket to your raggedy-ass show?
Your show with no build?
Tony! This is a
We're really on one today.
The energy.
He needs to hear it.
He needs to hear it.
He needs to hear it.
Yeah.
Somebody in his life needs to tell him the truth, and it's us.
Someone in his life does need to, and it is us.
It is us.
We consider ourselves in his life.
We're in his life. Tony, sit down and let me tell you a little more about my curtains.
Tony, we're going to draw you on that boat if you don't look out.
Oh my God, is he holding the ball sacks?
Yeah, he is.
He's the cruise director.
Definitely. Yeah.
And he just looks so helpless. Like he's just like, please stop wrestling and come to the event that I planned. And then someone says to him, like, can you see that those are ball sacks? He says, they're just normal beach balls. He doesn't even know.
No.
He doesn't even know.
No.
Oh, poor Tony. Well, he has it coming. On last week's Collision, they're in Detroit. They open the show. The show starts. Motor City Machine Guns come right out and debut.
Hell yeah. The first debut I've been excited for, maybe in 6 years.
Thrilled at the debut. I was confused about, but sometimes he does like to do him straightforward like that. And I guess everyone felt like, they're in Detroit and they're going to be there. And that was their energy too, was like, yeah, obviously we're going to be here. It's fucking Detroit.
Everyone's doing the
call that out where I'm very happy for them to be there. I'm very pleased. But as part of their little speech, one of them was like, and of course we were going to be here. Where else would we be? And I was like, we are famously your second choice. You did try to go WWE first.
Yeah.
So.
We are. I don't know that you should be like, where else were we going to be? They would have preferred to stay at WWE, as I understand
if they weren't cutting salaries. I saw somebody, I think maybe Trevor Dame wrote an essay this week who was like, please, for God's sake, everyone stop saying you're home when you debut at a promotion. And I was like, yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah. Just say like, welcome to my new apartment. It's like you're
I love getting a paycheck from a company that'll pay me.
I know. I did think I also don't remember. I still, after all these years, and they're basically in-laws to us. They're so beloved by someone beloved to us that it's like I'm like there are boys. I don't know which is which.
I don't either, and I should.
No, Chris Sabin's the hot one.
Chris Sabin is the one with the Dashboard
Not
Confessional.
The undercut. Yes.
And Alex Shelley is like
undercuts.
Yeah. Okay.
One of them is a physical therapist who's normal, and one
That's
of
Alex
them
Shelley.
is an EMT
That's Alex
who's
Shelley.
crazy.
That's
It's
Chris
crazy.
Sabin.
Yeah, Chris Sabin's the one with the sword. It does not look that way when you look at them.
No, not at all.
No, it's surprising.
I did really appreciate that Alex Shelley said in the middle of it, he said, "Get over here so we can have some physical contact.
Yes.
I'm trying to hug you."
I know.
Thank you.
I want to put my arm around you while we talk to the people. Yeah, you
Now,
do. Thank you.
Here's a promo that I would like to see.
Oh, yes.
I would like to see the Motor City Machine Guns and the Young Bucks shit-talking Cope and Christian for having...
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking funny.
They're just like, and the Young Bucks, like, the promo opens, like, mid-conversation, and we just hear the Young Bucks going, and they don't even share an entrance.
Yeah.
They don't even share an entrance.
And then their machine guns are like, yeah, and the entrances go on like forever. It's embarrassing.
They don't even have a real
You don't even
name.
say the names of the people. You just keep talking. And you're like,
Yeah.
and they've been friends since they were kids and they don't share an entrance? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something weird about that, right?
like do
And
they
then-
even like each other?
And then they get interrupted by Chris and Christian, and they all shut up, and they're just like,
I would
Hey, love
give,
your entrances.
I would give anything for that. I would honestly, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
It is that love your entrance. It is like oh, your entrance. Who designed that? That was so. What a
good.
bold choice.
We might want to call them. Yeah.
Totally.
It's a
Wow.
real Mean Girls situation.
The Bucks really do need someone to shit talk with right now.
Yes. God. There's not enough like shit talking in wrestling.
agree.
Like in terms of like when you have two like factions that need to come together or two people who like need to be aligned for a while, like why don't they ever do
enemy
shit
of my
talking
enemy.
as the way to bond? Because that's it's pretty powerful.
It's one of the most powerful force on earth, literally.
Yeah. And it's like anyone will I'll align with anybody who will shit talk someone I really hate, you know?
People should also more often just be like, so and so told me this thing that was a lie that caused me to hate you. You know?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, it must be happening sometimes. I just can't think of it. But
They just need slightly more complicated aggressive social dynamics, you know?
just look to a middle school, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Just like, come on. It's not rocket science.
it's not rocket science. Well, I'm excited that they're with us. And then they had a segment later on in that show where it's like the Bang Bang Gang beat the Death Riders in a match, and then the Death Riders were mad, so they were beating up Juice Robinson, and the Guns were trying to save him, but they couldn't. And then the Dogs ran out to beat them up, and then Motor City Machine Guns ran out to protect the Bang Bang Gang. And it was really hard for me to keep track while I couldn't keep track of who was who for even a second. I don't know why, but they're aligned with the Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah, which I think is fun.
Because Jay White is their biological son, I think.
I think
Oh,
so.
I didn't know that.
I think
According to
that's-
Mary.
Yeah, well, you
I
know,
fully believe it.
we got one source of information here, and we believe everything she tells us. So
Take it up with Mary if you
they
disagree.
made him in their bodies, I believe, and I can't wait to watch them wrestle. Wow. All right, final topic of the night. The conglomeration apparently retained their trios titles at Redemption and then immediately lost them to the Demand on the very next Dynamite, presumably so that those conglomeration men would be able to go be in the Continental Cup. And I think there's been a lot of that this year, where somebody loses something very clearly so they can go do something else, and that's what I don't care for.
No, there's a lot of this and that and the other around here.
Ricochet pinned OC for the win, and
Our
then
little pin pig. Why are all our sons such pin pigs?
I don't know, because they're a pleasure to have in class.
They're such good
what
boys.
we love is someone who's a pleasure to have in class.
That's
Because they
our
have good
preference.
attitudes.
Yeah.
We do have sometimes. I do feel like I'm like winning is evil, and
Yeah.
losing is what my beautiful sons do.
Losing is for mature adults who are generous with each other.
And who know that this is all just a job.
Yeah.
Life is one big job, baby.
They're in here to save up for their kids' college and get some health insurance. And
Good for them. Okay, so then the Demand are so... I mean, they've won the match, but apparently they're so excited by winning that then they're beating up the conglomeration some more. So then Brody King runs out to help, but he's only one man and there's not enough of him. So then Hangman runs out. We've seen him earlier in the night on this show. He was in his great mood because of his sex fest with Chris Jericho when he was talking to Will Ospreay. And I think he explicitly said, he's like, I want to talk to you about, I'm in this new relationship. it has just transformed my outlook.
He's like, Ospreay, like you're trapped in a lot of bad relationships right now, and that really brings you down. And I was like that with the Elite, but now I'm in a really healthy relationship with Chris Jericho.
A basic relationship with Big J. Ever heard of
him? And it's really dragging me up, And look at my mood. You can see it just from looking at me that I got laid like crazy.
Oh my God. Nobody's listening. Ththey've all turned it off. They can't do this anymore.
The bits have gone too far.
Much too far. We should give them their own pump. Let's put a pin in that.
Yeah, that's nice. The healthy relationship pump.
Yeah.
We've suddenly become proponents of healthy relationships.
Oh, we love them. We always have. Okay, so Hangman, great mood, runs out, barbed wire, steel chair, clears the ring, all that kind of thing. But the thing that we have to take away from this is that Hangman has found a new affinity immediately upon returning to work in this great mood. He loves Brodito. He loves these Brodito guys. And there's a backstage segment on Collision where he's like, I can't challenge for the men's world championship belt anymore. Thank God. Thank God, because that thing was poisoning me from the inside out.
And it was upsetting back then, but now that I've had a few months away and the evil has left my mind, I'm like, whew, I feel great.
I had some good conversations with somebody about it, and
somebody close to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's a new relationship. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but
I don't want to
really had
big jinx it, if you know what I mean.
Big jinx. If Hangman was walking around just constantly bringing up his new relationship but not saying who it was, it'd be so funny.
He's acting he's like, I went to a college in Boston. Well, near Boston.
No, not Tufts. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, he's like, I was looking for something to do. I didn't think it would be this, but it's good to fight with you guys, and then they're just kind of deciding they're going to fight together. Maybe they'll challenge for the AEW World Trios titles, and then they do a little bit where Bandito is like, "We're the good, the bad, and the ugly," and Brody King says, "Which one of us is the ugly one?" And Paige and Bandito
they both just look at him awkwardly. It was a pretty good bit.
It was pretty funny. And then they did a follow-up one where Brody King was like, I've been thinking about it, and Hangman is good, and I'm he said the big bad guy or something, and then Bandito showed them his face. And they said, well, he's not the ugly one. So beautiful.
Wow.
So they're teaming up, and they're an attractive team. I mean, I don't think there's any ugly one there. I think that is three handsome and hunky men.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually all were in the Best Bods finals, I believe. They all made it to the show.
Yeah, they all made it to the show.
They all made it to the show.
Yeah.
And they team up at Arena Mexico to fight the Demand. It is the Demand's first defense of the title, and they lost.
Which is pretty funny. They had it for 6 days or
really
something.
Funny. Really funny. Really funny.
Delightful.
Really
I do support a little whirlwind, trio
I love
situation.
the Demand. I love Ricochet. I love the Toleona, and who's the other one? Bishop Khan. Bishop Khan, I'm having a real renaissance with. I'm really horny for you.
Bishop Khan really punched above his weight in the Best Bod nominations. He didn't make the tournament, but considering the amount of TV time he has, he got nominated a lot.
Beautiful.
Deservedly.
So now the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, sorry, Ann.
No, I was just about to be wow, what a Best Bods match this was, really.
Yeah. I mean, our
except
boys
for
are...
Ricochet. But,
except for Ricochet, yeah. Well, but, you have other strengths.
He's got a great personality.
You're a great personality and your big bald head. And tight muscles for those who love them. So now those guys have the trios belts. Any thoughts?
It's crazy.
I don't hate it. I mean, I feel like ideologically, Brody King makes the most sense for Hangman to hang out with. But it's so funny that it's Hangman does have another ex-friend that really could use him right now named Speedball, that it would make a lot of sense. Because that was a trio that they tried to sell us on their close personal friendship.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
You know, it's if you want, if Hangman wants to spend some time with Brodito in his new fancy free and loose vibe.
What do you think about his love with Big J has sent him towards Brodito?
Do you think it's like he's like, I can't be around divorced men right now when I'm feeling
bring me
so
down.
secure?
Yeah, bring me down.
And a little bit, like, it'd be a little mean to Speedball to be around them all the time when you're in such a good new relationship mood.
Okay, so let's backfill this with our powerful minds. We're just going to assume that Hangman, the second he got back, he was like, let me check in on some great old friends. He walked by and the elite dressing room and saw the Bucks in hot conversation with Kenny being like, we are working so hard to be good boys and I don't understand why you're... And he said, I'm not going to get involved in that right now. No energy for that. Love you. And then he went and he found Speedball. He said, Speedball, my friend, I'm so excited to reconnect. Speedball burst into tears. He said, I'm having the hardest year of my life. Hangman talked to him for...
Speedball cried for an hour.
An hour, yeah.
Hangman had his arm around him, and then at the end of it, Speedball's kind of sniffling, and he's like, yeah, and what's going on with you? And Hangman was like...
Nothing to report.
Nope. Unremarkable.
What, me? What did I do while I was out? I went on the boat, just on the boat.
Just a lot of fishing?
Just a lot of fishing on the boat.
Nothing about ball sex, for sure.
Don't worry about that. It was just fishing. And then...
It's also very fun of Hangman and Detox from the world title belt. It's like, my old friend Will Ospreay, my old friend Kenny. Like, oh no, I can't get close to that.
Can't,
at all. No.
He said they're still on the hard stuff.
Yeah. No, not healthy.
Not healthy.
And Jericho has been avoiding the belt since that first year. So Jericho's like, I know that belt is evil. I'm not going near it.
He and Hangman kind of got together. It was initially almost a sponsor situation. Yeah. And then it became more.
You're really not supposed to fuck your sponsor.
No, you're really not. It's a little bit unethical.
Wow. So there's something a little
forbidden. Yeah.
Sextra something in there. It's not just a healthy relationship. It's forbidden love. Great. So, and people really wanted more of that, I think, here at the end. So that's good that we're ending on that high note of, again, Big Jang Man. And,
now we know why Hangman's with Brodito, because they're very secure, and his new relationship isn't going to discombobulate them at all. No, they're not dysregulated. No. They're fine.
And they're also, frankly, they're actually not going to notice any of the huge hints that he's dropping about who he's in a relationship with. Either because they genuinely don't notice, or because they are... I can see Brody King just being like, I choose not to pick it up. I don't...
He actually picked it up immediately, and he was just like, that's not my business, and I do not see it.
And Hangman's kind of like, that's okay. If I saw someone with a relationship this great, I don't want to ask questions either. I might be a little jealous.
It's like, I shouldn't rub it in his face.
Okay. So,
in conclusion, Big Jang Man and the build to all end's going great.
Yeah. Well, I think if we started to feature that relationship a little more,
I think that could really go a long way.
Kick things into high gear.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly, but
give us another hour, we'd get there. No problem.
I'm picturing the amount of vignettes that MJF and Adam Cole had the original All In.
Okay, yeah.
Except this go around, it's Big Jang Man.
It's Big Jang Man. We're going on dates with them. We're on the boat with them. We're at the steakhouse. We're at... what was my name for the steakhouse? Something about shrimp, bottomless shrimp or something. No, I don't know. Anyway... And people are, as they were last time, are saying, what's the point of these? And last time, there was a point. They just, didn't like the storyline. This time, it's like, oh, no point. No, they are not going to be...
There's no point, and you'll hate the storyline, so...
This is just for the girls, because they were so mad at me.
It's for the girls, except, 3 girls. All the other girls really upset.
Yeah. And in fact, the other girls are unionizing against us, but there's nothing, we can't be stopped.
We're about to
you can't kick us out of girldom. It's not.
We're about to get a cease and desist where they're like, you aren't allowed to say this is for the girls anymore when you just mean you girls. Like you're the only girls in the world. And we're kind of like, well, you know, kind of to us. When we're in this Zoom together, just the 3 of us, it is a world of 3. We are the only girls here, and what we want matters so much. We want Big Jangman.
I think I'm going to find it even funnier moving forward when we get accused of being a Hangman defense podcast. And we'll be like, that's right.
They're like, those girls are upset that Hangman doesn't have the belt, and we're like, we're deep in like an epic saga of Big Jangman and the detox from the belt.
That Tony has banned Hangman and Chris Jericho from kissing on TV.
Because of his homophobia.
That's what we're mad about.
We're like, this show should be every 2.5 hour Dynamite should be at least 1 hour of vignettes of Hangman and Big J on dates, and then also Hangman walking up to people and being like, hey guys, how's it going? My new relationship's going great. And then meanwhile, Big J, I mean, he might be doing something similar.
I don't know I think Big J actually is capable of keeping it to himself.
I think that's probably right,
think that's right?
I'm going to have to think on this. I do think that Jericho is going to be a lot more suave about all of this.
Yes. Do you think that Jericho, like, he never says, like, I'm in a new relationship. He never hints, like, that it's with Hangman. If anyone asks, like, are you seeing anyone? He just gives kind of a coy smile. But he is always doing things like coming up behind Hangman, putting a hand on his back.
Yes.
Like, that kind of thing. And then everyone's, like, looking at him like, what the fuck? And he just gives the coy little smile and then leaves. And then Hangman's like, anyway, I'm in a new relationship. Not anyone you'd know.
Meanwhile, like, someone tries to set Jericho up on a blind date, and he's like, I can't. No reason.
I don't want to.
Yeah, no thanks. No, I mean, you know.
I love their love. I love their love.
Really romantic. I mean, when you see people in such a good mood, you just have to support the relationship that's causing it.
That is the sole cause of it.
And I mean, honestly, like, if you're a Hangman fan, I think you have to want him to be happy, right? So, like, how can you be upset about this?
Listen, if you're rooting against Jangman, you're rooting against Hangman's mental health.
Imagine how he would react if they broke up. He would be miserable.
Yeah.
And they are dating. And they are dating.
Right, and I can't believe you want to take that from Hangman when you see how happy he is.
I can't believe this podcast went 2 hours when we hated Dynamite.
How much of it do you think was Big Jangman? At least a half hour?
Yeah, 20 to 30. 20 to 30 hot men. And then I think some reasonably intelligent thoughts about Kenny's ability to tell a story.
But we cleverly hit it underneath all the other stupid stuff we say.
Perfect.
As we always do. Yeah, that's how we avoid criticism.
So suave, girl.
We're more the Jericho in the relationship than the Hangman in terms of suaveness. So.
Every week we show up, we put a hand on someone's. Right in the small of someone's.
Right in the small of that back. It's kind of ushering them through a door and, you know. And then we're like, hey, did you want to workshop that storyline? You could come to my dressing room later.
Oh, we're ushering them to our dressing room?
No, not ushering, just, you know, saying casually in front of someone. You know, if you wanted to workshop that storyline, you could come by my dressing room later.
But not when we say it to you, Tony, it's never going to be in that tone, okay? When I say it to you, it's annoyed. Tony, if I ask you to come workshop a storyline, it is not going to be in a seductive tone at all.
No. Well, I mean, Jericho and Hangman aren't actually going to be workshopping the storyline. That's the pretense to get into the dressing room.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Tony, there'll be no pretense for us.
No.
There'll be no pretense for us, Tony.
We're not in a happy relationship with Tony Khan right now.
Tony, we're in a very unhappy relationship with you because you're not doing a good job. It really is feeling like we're filibustering, but I have tried to say, was there anything you wanted to talk about that you didn't get a chance to talk about quite a few times? No, I'm happy to filibuster.
I'm afraid that the answer to that question is more Jangman, but we got to get out of here.
We can go all night, yeah.
I say, where is that boat?
The Caribbean?
Wow. I thought that's nice. I was just thinking down in Florida, nasty Florida. But
no. It'd be funny if their romantic boating was like on a swamp in Florida.
In the Everglades.
It's like mosquitoes.
What I love about that is that I think that it's like Hangman's vibe is like, there's a wonderful book by Joy Williams about, the ecological threats that Florida has faced and continues to face. And Chris Jericho is just like, you're so sexy, kiss me. You're so sexy, kiss me.
Jericho's like, I have to stop that beautiful mouth talking to me about environmentalism. And sometimes opposites attract, and I think that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a Jack Liz relationship.
It is a Jack Liz relationship. Jericho's always talking to Hangman about raggedy. Jericho's bringing Hangman to Republican fundraisers as chum.
But I think Jericho would like watching Hangman get mad and piss people off, which Jack wouldn't enjoy. But anyway, so there was nothing else that we wanted to talk about. Only Jangman, our new love, the only thing that's keeping us hanging on. Hope that's going to be a big part of the all-in build. I think on that note, I think I've been Allie.
I've been Ann.
And I've been Leah.
And then this has been Tunnel Talk. Our theme is by Chris Corkin. You can find us on Twitter, Tumblr, Twitch, Blue Sky, Tunnel Talk Pod, via email, tunneltalkpod@gmail.com. You can find us on our feed, on the Social Suplex Network feed, where you can check out all the other great podcasts on the network, and you can find us on the Social Suplex Network Discord. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Stay frosty, and as always, please come back next week for more Big Jangman Imagines.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.